All right, it's time to shift the focus on you.
Oh man.
We already know. We
It's
already know.
it's been a long time coming. Of course, we already established the fact that you're a Texas high school legend, and you started your career at Texas Tech, and then decided to go a different direction a few years later. Of course, at that time at Alabama, things were a little bit interesting to say the least. A little bit of a different time than what we're experiencing right now. What about Alabama told you, you know what, this is going to be home for me?
I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, just the Alabama brand was, you know, still, even back then was known all across the country. So whenever the opportunity presented itself for me to have a chance to go play there, it was really a no-brainer. So, I mean, I went up there for a visit, and I mean, while I was up there on my visit, I was like, this is where I'm coming. I'm not going to look at anywhere else. So it was pretty much a done deal before I even went up there.
But Shaw, for you, like, was it difficult leaving? Mike Leach and the crazy mad genius and the guns up in Lubbock, Texas. Was it that much of a challenge leaving that?
The hardest part about really leaving Texas Tech was really just like leaving all my friends and my
Yeah.
family. I grew up at like an hour and 40 minutes away from Lubbock, so that part of Texas is all I'd ever known. And so really the hardest part leaving was, you know, leaving my mom and dad. I'd never been that far away from my mom and dad. I'd made some great friends at Texas Tech, some guys that I still talk to this very day. I mean, you mentioned Wes Welker. I played with Wes at Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah.
So um, just leaving people like that. Cliff Kingsbury was my quarterback at Texas Tech.
Oh man, it's all coming together.
That's right. That was a
Yeah,
talent.
him.
That team was talented.
Yeah, B.J. Simmons was a quarterback there as well too. So I mean, so those are guys that I started my college career with. So the hardest part about leaving Texas Tech was leaving those guys right there.
Without a doubt. Man, you mentioned a lot of great names. I forgot how much talent was running through Texas Tech at that time. Man,
Yeah, the other Ricky Williams, the
the
other
other
Ricky
Ricky
Williams
Williams.
was
Yeah,
in
I
the
was about
back.
to say.
Yeah, he was
I
there
mean,
as well.
and
So
then Justin, you got to also remember at that as it got later during that time, you had Graham Harrell at Texas Tech,
That's
you had
right.
Michael Crabtree at Texas Tech.
Crabtree,
Crabtree.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Jesus, they had some ball. I used to play with Texas Tech on NCAA. I showed
there you
in.
go,
I
there you
showed
go.
in. I used to play.
Man,
Hey, for real, I never ran the ball.
Yeah, of course not. There's no need to.
not at all.
But yeah, but not once. I got to Tuscaloosa and I just absolutely fell in love with it. I mean, it was unlike anything I thought it would be. I mean, it was like a complete culture shock, but I absolutely fell in love with it as soon as I stepped out the plane. So
Easy to.
it was yeah, exactly. It's so easy, and so it was an easy decision for me.
Now, a lot of people think that you made your grand entrance against Arkansas in 2002. Now, that was amazing. However, those of us who attended the A-Day game that spring got a firsthand look about what you were about. Man, no one touched you. I mean, you were in that end zone the entire day, it seemed like. Can you talk about how that kind of catapulted you into what your 2002 season would become?
Man, I just remember like of course I had to sit out the year before, and I just remember that I couldn't wait, to get out to get out there on the field and start playing, and it was just you know, like Steven said earlier, just being patient. And there was even some times before, during that red shirt year where I even doubted myself, where I was like, man, I don't know if this is for me. Like maybe I don't belong here. Um, which I think is normal, because as a competitor, you're used to being out there playing. And I was over on scout team, just getting my head beat in by like Kenny King,
Yeah.
Moorhead, like just getting my head smacked in every day on scout team. So I was like, man, this might not be for me, but man, I am so thankful for that year that I redshirted. I learned so much about myself. I learned so much more about the game of football, how to be a complete football player. Like I learned so much that year that I redshirted. So I just remember going into that A-Day game. I just telling myself, like, if I get the ball, I'm gonna make something happen. Just because I had waited so long and I was just so ready to get out there and just kind of show everybody what I could do.
And you did. Matter of fact, one of the guys that you came in with at Alabama is watching right now. Derek Pope is in the audience. He said, "What's up, bro?"
D Pope, that's my dog. That's my Texas boy right there, man. D Pope.
And I think that he was
God.
one of those guys that was laying the wood too a little bit. That
Yeah,
dude can
man.
hit.
It was some long days over there running scout team, man. Like, but like I said, I wouldn't change it for anything, man. Because like I said, I learned so much. It made me a better player, and so I'm thankful for that year I spent over there on the scout team getting my head beat in.
Now, before you even stepped foot on the field, you were dominating in Night of Champions. Matter of fact, you were front page on the Crimson and White doing power cleans. Can you talk about a little bit about how your strength conditioning career got started? Because man, you were a weight room legend.
I've always liked working out. I started working out probably when I was like 12 years old, and so I just always enjoyed being in the weight room. Like I was a smaller guy, so I knew that I was gonna have to make up for being small in stature somehow. So I just lived in the weight room. So I was just gonna try to get bigger, stronger, faster, any chance I got. And like we said earlier, like once I got to Alabama, Coach TJ, Coach Pollard, just I mean they were unbelievable, and it just continued. I mean I liked working out, and they put a good program together, and so I always felt strong, always felt good, and I always felt like I put up some good numbers in the lifts, and um, it was just fun being in the weight room with those guys.
Okay, now hold on just a minute here. You've been working out since 12. At 12
Yeah,
years old, I was trying to understand all the flavors of Captain Crunch cereal. Okay? I was trying to get all the flavors of Captain Crunch down, and you sit here working out. I'm looking at peanut butter crunch and berries, and I'm trying to learn all the Captain Crunch. Yeah.
I
yeah.
know
There
that.
wasn't what the town I grew up in. There wasn't a whole lot to do, so I would just hang out. I would just hang out in the weight room. I get the key from the coach and go up there, and I just hang out in the weight room and just work out all day,
We got a question
and
for
then
you.
go home and eat Captain Crunch.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
Plow Jogger 1776 has a question for you. What is one change college football could make that would dramatically improve the game?
Uh, I would have to say like the targeting rule.
Thank you. Amen.
Thank you.
I don't,
No
I don't.
explanation here.
Yeah. We just gonna leave it at that. So I would have to say the targeting rule.
One of the things that really needs to be talked about was how great that backfield you were part of was. If you would, man, kind of take the moment. We mentioned a few names. Of course, San Antonio Beard, whom we honored a few weeks ago. Rest in peace. Ahmad Galloway, Ray Hudson, and then you pass the torch to Ken Darby. If you would, man,
Ken
give those
Darby.
guys a little shine.
Oh man, those were my guys, man. When I remember when I came in, um, you know, everybody was talking about Ahmad and Santonio, and those guys were good from the day I stepped in. Of course, it was a competitive room, and we competed against each other, but those guys were always good to me. Um, Santonio was always good to me, like he helped me with my plays or whatever. And then Ray Hudson, man, you talk about being fast. That dude Ray Hudson was
Yes.
fast.
Yes, he
Ray
was.
Hudson was fast.
Ray was fast, yeah, but like you was like road runner, get out the way. No.
Did y'all ever race?
No, we never raced. Nah, we did not race. But that cat was fast. And then you got Darby. Darby came in and kind of took him under my wing, and he was going to be good when he stepped on campus. And then man, got to give my fullback some shout outs too, man. I had
LeRon,
LeRon McClain. I had Castile.
Greg McLean, Castile.
Yeah, Greg McClain, Moose. You called him Moose.
That dude was a baller. Man, he could lay
Yeah,
this
man.
helmet
So
on some folks.
absolutely. So, man, just had some great teammates, or had a great room there, at Alabama in the running back room. Just played with some unbelievable players, and like I said, I think we all pushed each other and tried to make each other better.
Absolutely, and you did.
Now for me, Shaud, it's always for running back because at that time you were sharing those responsibilities. You were sharing that room and those carries. And for a lot of guys now, it's if I'm not the main guy, what am I supposed to do here? Do I leave and go somewhere else where I can be the main guy? What was the toughest barrier that you had to block out and go through when you came in and you knew, okay, I have to split time. I'm not going to let that deter me, but I have to split time.
I never let that factor into, how I was going to approach every day. I was going to come in every day. I was going to work hard. I was going to try to be the best teammate that I could possibly be, and I was just going to try to make the team better in whatever role that was, regardless of how many times that I touched the ball. So, and I think we kind of all had that mindset, and we kind of all knew that we were good. And again, at the same time, at the end of the day, we're competitors, so we wanted to compete. But I think we all knew deep down that, us competing, it brought out the best. We brought out the best of each other, which made the team better. So I think we kind of always kept that at the forefront, not really worrying about personal accolades because, we just felt like if the team's winning, all that other stuff will come, which is true, I still believe that to this day. If, you put the team goals first, all the individual stuff will come later. So that's how it worked out.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it did pay off for you. As we mentioned earlier, Ahmad Galloway was off to a great start in 2002. He was showing out. Unfortunately, he went down against Southern Miss. Man, that just broke our hearts. However, next man up mentality, and you introduced yourself to the college football world. First play from scrimmage against Arkansas, 80 yards, gone. Matter of fact, you showed out the entire game. I think that you and D Pope were going back and forth on who can make the biggest plays. But if you would, man, talk about that game.
Yeah, so that was so I think that was like Brody Crowell's first start.
Oh yeah.
And so we knew kind of going into the game. Yeah. I think that was like Brody's first start. So going into the game, we were just gonna kind of take some pressure off of Brody. You know what I mean? Run the ball a little bit, and we knew that was going to be the first play of the game. I think we knew it the night before. That was going to be the first play of the game. And so I was like, all right, I'm ready. And they snapped it, and the hole just opened up. And I just tried to run as fast as I can. I tried to run as fast as I could to get to the end zone. So that's how that came about.
At that time, Shaud, I mean, was there a moment in practice where you guys knew Brody had a legit arm? Because so many people, they talk about the quarterbacks of the Saban era, but I look at if Brody didn't get hurt in 04, 05, Brody could have set some records because Brody had an arm. Did you other guys know at a practice where you thought, man, Kroll got an arm on him?
Absolutely, because when I transferred in, when I went on my recruiting trip or whatever, they was talking to me about Brody because I think originally out of high school, Brody committed to Florida State or something like that.
He did.
And so they were talking about Brody, they were talking about, they thought he'd be good. And man, we got there in the first couple of practices where it was just a freshman or whatever. And man, he's slinging the ball. He is slinging that thing. He had a rocket of an arm, and it was just so effortless. It was just, he would throw it and it would just spin out of his hand and he was throwing darts. He had an unbelievable arm. Crazy.
It was insane.
Now,
joining us is the most remembered man in Bryant-Denny Stadium, all SEC linebacker, one of the best to ever do it, Marvin Constant. What's going on, my friend?
And the man that loves taking shots at me, Marvin Constant.
I don't take shots at you, sir. What's going on, fellas?
I was joking with you, Marvin. How you feeling, though?
Man, I'm good, brother. I'm good. Sorry for the delay, but, I had to take a very important meeting. Very important.
I dig it. I dig that.
What's going on, Mr. Williams?
What's up, Bo? What's up, man?
Man, trying to get some money like you. That's why I had to take this meeting. Somebody gonna pay me like you getting paid.
Man. Hey, man. If I had your hands, I'd cut mine off.
I just had total knee replacement surgery. I don't think you want them problems.
Nah, man, that's the OG right there, man. That's the OG.
What's good, man? How they treating you out there in Oregon, man?
Man, they treat me good, better than I deserve, man. So I can't complain. I'm still here, so they ain't got rid of me yet.
You plan on staying out there?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll stay out here as long as they let me. So
He taking me to the Nike factory.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be my hype man. That's my hype man right there.
You gonna take him to the Nike factory for what? He gonna be in there stealing stuff. Don't take him there.
Oh, what am I gonna be stealing?
Can't take him out of Greene County, but you can't take the Greene County out of him.
Man, can't take him nowhere. Can't take him nowhere.
He gonna leave there with some fresh Nike goggles that he gonna have. He gonna be out there in the yard cutting the grass with them Nike goggles on.
With the Nike goggles on. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Whew.
I'm telling you, don't take him down. Hey.
I know. It ain't gonna be no good if he come out here.
Man, listen. When I tell
Don't
you,
believe this man, Shaud. Don't believe this man. That Nike factory, man. Hey, at least let me shake hands with Phil Knight. At least let me do that.
Ooh,
Shaud,
man,
take him to that. You take him to the Nike factory. When he going back home, he gonna update his Tinder profile, and he gonna have Nike gloves on, the wristband. He gonna be dressed like he. He gonna have a Look, he gonna be on his Tinder profile with the wristband on, like he calling the plays. Hey, don't do it. Boy, his Tinder profile will never be the same. He gonna change his name to Nike God
21 to honor you.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Oh, man.
All right, I'll leave you alone now.
For now, but 5 minutes later, it may change. It may change.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, trust me, Marvin. We have something we're going to talk about a little bit later that you'll probably jump on pretty easily. Before I talk about that, though, I have to point out the fact that you had some of your best games on the road. One of those being 2002. We go down to Baton Rouge. And proceed to put Nick Saban in his place. I know this is sacrilege. 31-0. Man, can you talk about that game and what it meant to you?
Man, that was an unbelievable atmosphere. It was a night game in Baton Rouge. That was the first time I'd ever, played at Death Valley. And man, you want to know what's crazy? Is like when we was about to come out for warm-ups, they put that tiger right by our locker room, that live tiger.
Yep.
And so, we out there getting hyped, about to go out for pregame. And so, like, I'm the first one that bust out the door, and that tiger's right there. And I was like, oh, no, man. I ran back in the locker room. Like, that scared the mess out of me. I ain't even going to lie.
You let Mike scare you, man?
Oh, man. They poked that tiger, like, right as he was coming out, and it, like, growled and, like, went all over the stadium. I was like, oh, no, man. These people is crazy.
Thought you was finna be dinner, huh?
Oh, hey, for real. But just an unbelievable atmosphere. Like I said, it was a night game. I'm sure we all know what night games are like there at Death Valley. And,
yes.
So it was special. It was unbelievable. And then just to go out there and just win the way we did. And they had a good team. Like, they had a good team that year. They had
Brady James.
They had Brady James, and yeah. I mean, they had some cats that played on Sundays. So, to go down there and, beat them in Baton Rouge, beat them the way we did, that was special.
Did y'all go to Tiger Walk after it was over? That made y'all get on the plane?
Nah, we had to get on the plane, bro. We had to get on the plane and get out of there. Because them people, them jokers.
I did enough damage. I did enough damage on Tiger Walk for every Alabama player ever.
I like it. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah.
My sister played at LSU, so I would go down there regularly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they knew who you were. They knew who you were.
I had a great time down there every time I went, boy. Listen. When I went down there, you wouldn't even know I played at Alabama because they treated me just like they treated one of their own teams. Now, I'm just saying, like, because I knew guys who played on their team. So my sister would get mad when I would come down there because I would never stay at her house. I would always stay with the guys that played with LSU that I was cool with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because they was going to take me to the strip clubs. They was going to take me down on Skyline.
Wait, what?
What? They were going to take me to the strip clubs.
Church?
They were going to take me down on Skyline. They were going to make sure I kicked it the way they knew a football player liked to kick it. So, yeah. And I would see my sister. We would hang out during the day. But at night, I was hanging out with them, man. We there.
Having a good old time.
Great time. Woo. Well, you talking about Brady James, him and that boy Jeremy Lawrence, Twink, all them boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I got some. Woo. I ain't gonna tell them.
Yeah. This is PG station. This is a family station. So we'll tell them offline. We'll talk offline.
Yeah, we'll have an after dark show. We're gonna talk about that.
No doubt.
I don't think I could ever talk about this stuff. I don't believe in self-incrimination.
Now, you.
If you don't have it on video, it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
Well, Marvin, it's funny you mentioned that. You know, speaking of being known, in 2002, Shaud, people were getting to know you pretty well across the nation, college football. However, you were actually internationally known for a whole different reason. Actor Sacha Baron Cohen had a sketch comedy show on HBO where he played characters like Bruno, Borat, Ali G. Well, Shaud was the focus of one of those sketches. In 2002, Bruno came to visit him after the Mississippi State game. I saw a little bit of this from the stands. Bruno was dancing with the cheerleaders, and the whole stadium was going nuts. However, Shaud, you went viral because you were made famous by being interviewed by Bruno. Can you talk a little bit about that? Man, I know you talk about it a lot, and to this day.
No, it's cool. I'm not tripping. Like if that's my 15 minutes of fame, I'm gonna take it. So nobody know. Like like I said, like I still don't think to this day anybody knows how he got like on the sidelines, like how he got in the interview room after the game, like because we went into like the Monday after it happened, we went in and like. Our SID guy was like, we apologize. We don't know how that guy got in. We don't know where he came from. And so, like, all these years later, nobody still knows how this dude got on the sidelines and how he got in the interview room. Like, I guess he's really good at what he does, obviously. But somehow he managed to get on the sideline and not just get on the sideline. He stayed on the sideline. He was dancing with the cheerleaders on the sideline. Like, and nobody came and like asked this dude like, well, how did you get down here? What are you doing? Like, he stayed down there the whole game dancing with the cheerleaders. Man, them people were
trying to get a cheerleader, man.
Well, we luckily we have someone who we can ask about this. Stephen M. Smith, how do you sneak onto the sidelines?
Hold on, sir. I do not sneak. I am credentialed. My job.
They said your press pass has 3 S's on it. What Kinko's FedEx did you make that thing yet? Press.
I am credentialed, sir.
They say your press pass got made out of crayon and construction paper.
He wrote his name on there.
Like, what third grader made this for you, sir?
Oh, man.
I think he got some of the gold stars on it. You know, the little stars he used back in the day. Is this a press pass or are you a 3-star general? Which one is it?
Oh my God, man, that is hilarious.
So they gave him a candy necklace and sent him back to his seat.
Bro.
Plowjagger wants to know if he does a movie, can he dance with the cheerleaders?
Oh no.
No. Hey, long as he doesn't dress up like, you know what I mean, like Borat did, like he might be all right, but man, them jokers. They were mad at that dude, bro. They was
Dude.
cussing at him. They was mad. Oh, they were so mad.
And as funny is that through the years, he's done stuff like that constantly. He's always come to Alabama and picking on Alabama. And someone actually interviewed him one time and asked, at any time, have you ever felt scared for your life? He said, yes, one time when I was at Bryant-Denny Stadium in front of 88,000 people, I literally thought I was going to die.
I believe it. I believe it. And you know what's crazy is like when we got into like the little interview room where they do like the post game interviews and stuff. I was like the last one in there. And what people don't know, like he interviewed like Justin Smiley,
Really?
he interviewed like Wes, but them dudes like once he started talking, you know, them cats, they was like, oh nah, man, they just got up. They didn't. Obviously, I guess they wasn't dumb enough like me to sit there and go along with the interview. But
so you took
but
the bait.
I guess those guys didn't give him enough material to, you know, make it show. I guess I did. But he came up to me and I was like the last one in the media room. And he comes up to me and he was like, in this little funny accent, he's like, hey, we're doing a documentary on American sports. Can we interview you? And it's me, him, and his camera dude. That's the only people in the media room. And I'm looking around and I'm trying to find Charlie Pepper because Charlie was waiting on me because we were going to walk back. Because back then you had to walk from the stadium back to the complex to get in your car.
Hey man, people don't understand the struggle back then. We didn't have buses to pick us up. We had
that's
to
what
walk.
I'm saying. You had to walk. We had to walk. So Charlie was waiting on me so we could walk back to get my car and leave or whatever. So he walked out the interview room and it's just me, this dude, and this camera guy. And I'm like, man. And then he kind of starts walking towards me and I'm like, yeah, this is about to happen. And so he asked, and I was like, yeah, man, like that's cool. Like, that sounds like a pretty cool documentary to be part of. And we sat down and he just started asking all kinds of crazy questions. I was like, wait, I'm like, oh no, man, like I don't get down like that, bro. I don't get down. I don't swing that way, bro. It's just, if I gotta wait until after the season to date the quarterback, I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, man.
So where it is?
Like
Yes!
hey, the crazy thing is like, it pops in my head, like Brody instantly pops in my head. I'm like, no. Bro, ain't nobody getting down like that, man. What are you talking about? It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. And then I didn't find out about it until a couple of months later because nobody knew who he was then. So his show hadn't started coming on TV yet. And so I'm just laying in bed. It was like during spring ball. I'm laying in bed and my phone just starts blowing up. I'm laying in bed and it's my teammates and I'm thinking like they're calling me trying to get me to go out or whatever. And I'm like, nah. So I'm not answering. And then they just keep calling. And finally I pick up. I'm like, what, man? Like, what y'all calling me? They're like, hey, turn on HBO right now. And I'm like, for what? They're like, you're talking to some funny dude on HBO. And I'm like, man, what are y'all talking about? And I turned over to it and I seen the dude. I was like, oh, man. It just took off after that. Like, and here we are. I don't know how many years later. And people still ask me about it. People still come up to me and are like, hey, weren't you on the Ali G show? And I'm like, yeah, that was like 20 years ago. But yeah, like, that was me.
If anybody has not seen it yet, just look up Bruno Goes to Alabama on YouTube, and there he is. Do you see any residuals from that?
Nah, man, I need some royalties or something, man. That's what I'm gonna have to holler at him. You know what I mean, I'm trying to get my money up like Moot over here. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get my royalties.
Like me.
Trying to get my money up like Mr. Constant over here.
We all are.
If I get this new situation I was just on this interview for, you right, it's a whole
game changer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now
Hold on, Marvin. Are you interviewing for commissioner of the league?
No.
Need to.
Oh.
Now this job it only pays close to $250,000, but I'll take that.
Only, man, you're gonna be barely getting
Only.
by, man. How will your
I
family
know it.
survive?
I know.
Hey man, I got a lot of expenses in my life.
You got expensive tastes, diva.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Nah,
Ain't nothing
you're
wrong
right.
with
You're
having
right.
expensive taste.
Hey man,
Yeah.
listen,
You
life,
right.
man, you gotta live, man. You gotta live.
No doubt, 100%. I
And while
agree
you're
with you
living, please
100%.
get your NIL deal from Lens Crafters. Appreciate it.
Man, that man is not taking you to the Nike store, man. You ain't finna be in there stealing with him. That man ain't messing up his good name, messing with you.
I'm not gonna be stealing nothing. Why you suggest I'm stealing something from the store? Really?
You're gonna see Steven's face on all over the facility. Do not let this man in.
Right,
He's gonna be
this
every
man in the
guard
facility.
station.
Oh, my
And you know
God.
you can't sneak around because you blind as hell. You gonna knock into everything in there. He gonna knock every mannequin over. He gonna knock every rack over. You can't sneak nowhere, man. What you mean?
Oh, my God.
Cat burglar, more like an elephant burglar. You bumping into everything.
Come on.
There's no stealth mode in you at all.
Oh. Is this like this all the
No.
time? Is this how it is all the time?
All the time. But
Oh,
usually,
my God.
usually Steve Brown's adding to it, and Bo is too. But
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
Can you imagine Stephen F. Smith walking around in all black, tiptoeing, talking about his cat burger? First 3 steps, his ass gonna run into something.
Hey, man, Steve, you take it like a champ, though, bro. I give you that, man.
Hey, look,
You
this
take-
is
you take it
Marvin,
on the
man.
chin.
This is Miami. This is Marvin. Marvin.
But I told y'all that
Taking
was
it
the
on the
truth,
chin.
though. That defense was suspect. Y'all thought I was playing. They got all excited when Alabama beat Miami. I said, man, it's Miami. What are y'all getting excited for, man?
and after that show, we were never politically correct again.
Never.
Man, tell the truth, man. Why we gonna not tell the truth?
We got a question for you,
my
Shaud.
goodness.
Is Kayvon Thibodeau the real deal or a big frog in a small pond over Oregon? I need help with my mock draft.
No, I think Kayvon's the real deal. Yeah, he's strong. He's strong. He's
little bit.
fast. Like you watch him rush. Yeah, just a little bit. Because that's kind of how I was too. When he first got here, I wanted to see, and then he just kept developing, and man, like some
Man, I
of the
thought
pass
you was
rush
about
moves
to.
I've seen.
Hey,
You
look.
thought I was about to compare him to you? Nah, he's not.
Nah. When you said that's how I was when I first got there, I thought you was about to say when you got to Alabama, talking about you was strong and fast. What the hell?
Bro, when he first got here, and then he kept developing, and then like to see some of the pass rush moves he put on people, it was amazing to watch. But like I said, he's not on Marvin's level.
But I saw him at the combine. He had some great work at the combine. So, but you got all those different drills and stuff. I would love to see Stephen M. Smith running them drills. His ass be running to the wrong cone. He's running. Can you imagine him doing combine drills, boy?
Hey, he's gonna lift the bag, it's gonna pop back up and knock him over.
He's officially a part of the family now. He went after Steven.
Oh, man.
Crack on, folks.
listen.
You're now the part of the family.
Hey, Shaud, it's gonna look like an extended scene from that movie Lucas.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Oh, my
Hey,
God.
okay, man. You know what? Next year, I'm gonna compete in the combine. I'm gonna do it.
Hey,
I will
Please
personally
let me
fly
know.
to India to film this.
hey, let me know. Please let me
Yeah,
know.
I will be. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Hey, I want to see you race Rich Eisen. Don't he do that 40 every year?
Yeah.
Yes, he
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yes,
I
who?
want to see you
Rich Eisen.
one of the commentators for the combine. He work on the NFL Network. He runs a 40 every year, like in his suit, dress shoes, and everything. And I think he runs it in it's like a 7.5 or something like that. He runs, but He runs it every year.
Stephen M. Smith gonna pull a hammy. He gonna blow a hammy running the 40. That boy hamstring made out of Laffy Taffies. I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh my goodness, man.
Let me shift this back to you, Shaud.
I promise you, man, because I'm telling you, I'm gonna go to Indy and I'm gonna run this combine. Get this recorded. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do every drill.
Now,
I tell you what I do for you. I can set you up a mock combine in Tuscaloosa 8A weekend, the morning of the 8A game. I can at Central High School. I can set these drills up and we can film this. I think this would be great TV. If you're ready to go through it, I'll make sure it gets set up.
Hey, that's a good idea. We can do it for charity. All of us can compete in a little combine.
Okay.
No, ain't not all of us. I just had a knee replacement.
That's right. You can only make it through one event.
I'll be able to whistle and a stopwatch. I'm not going out there.
Not happening. Not gonna happen.
Not happening. No. I'm bringing a whistle, a stopwatch, and the jokes.
Look,
oh wow, we already got.
You already got plow jogger going on.
So I would love to see Stephen do the drills. The over/under how many times he will fall down will be insane.
Oh,
Stephen, I kid you not. I'm a Central High School alum. I can get this set up for you. We can make a whole event out of this 8A morning. If you up for the Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama combine.
Hey, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm for it. Shaud, fly over.
If you pull a hamstring, tweak an ankle, I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I'm telling you now.
You got insurance?
You got insurance?
No.
I got
Man,
I got the best insurance, and I'm starting my training.
I'll compete with you. Oh, there we go. Let's do it from Wayland.
Shaud,
there it is.
this is gonna be funny.
Oh man, I cannot wait.
To see which one run the fastest 40 time. Boy, I think I could take a power chair out there and beat y'all two in a 40.
Matter of fact, we can get Tim Castile to run with us too, with both his bad knees.
Oh, Tim got them bad knees. He gonna be over there with me. Shit.
Oh, that's right. Y'all both gonna be on hover rounds. Okay.
Chilling.
Okay.
The smart boots.
8-day morning. Okay.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
If y'all serious, I can make this happen.
I'll do it. I'm down. I'll do it.
There we go. Sound like it's a done deal.
Hey, Shaud, how much does that 2003 5-overtime Tennessee game still give you nightmares? Because I still haven't got over it. Matter of fact, I actually had to listen to the entire game on the radio because one of my good friends got married that day.
Man, tell the truth. You in Mississippi, y'all don't have no TV, no satellite, no cable. You was down there listening to that game on that radio because that's the only access you had to entertainment.
And I had to plug in at a truck stop to get it.
Oh.
Matter of fact, I got lost trying to find the wedding, so I actually heard the whole game. But still, I missed the whole thing. But yeah, that game still to this day makes me mad. Does it still kind of rest in your mind a little bit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we should have beat them. I mean, it was. I think we had them like fourth and 19. Yeah, I had them like 4th and 19 and like one of the times, and they got a first down. Yeah, man, that would hurt, man. That would hurt. 5 overtimes.
Who dropped the ball on 4th and 19 and gave it up on the pass? Who did it? Who was guilty?
Not Michael O'Shea.
They completed a pass. It was 4th and 19.
That's what I'm saying. Who weren't covering who they were supposed to cover on 4th and 19?
Hey, I don't know.
Come on, Shaud, give them up. It's 20.
Hold on.
Hey, you're a defensive expert. I'm sure if you go back and watch the film, I'm sure you will be able to identify.
Shaud, of all the Clausens, you gotta feel bad for Rick, man. Like Rick Clausen didn't do that.
Oh, I'm not going. I almost said something I shouldn't have said. Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
You gotta feel bad for Rick Clausen, boy.
You're in the coaching industry. Be careful now. You can't be a loose cannon like me. I just fire him off with no regard for what's gonna be said.
No regard.
Marvin, of course, you didn't came on here with so many shirts that you selling now.
Yeah, I made a shirt, #Fire Pete. Yeah, they was looking at me like I was crazy.
Shaud, you should have seen the uproar it caused. He was on radios, TV shows, news articles, the university calling him.
Hey man, I'm sticking to my story. That man is terrible. I don't care how well you recruit. He suck at calling defenses. I still say he should be fired.
Oh, look! The man had 5 Pete. He had Pete
Fire Bill.
He had a reject Coach U.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mo, you was out there, you was doing it like that?
He was.
Yeah, listen, man.
Hey,
Well, here's my
Shaud,
point of view, though.
what's crazy though, Shaud? People were buying the shirts by the boatloads.
Yes, they were. They were.
Yeah. We moved a lot of units. But here's my problem with it, though, Shaud.
Moved a lot
People
of
ask me, why would you do that? And I tell them all the time, I'm living proof of nobody's playing this game for fun. He's out here killing these boys draft stock. This is going to be the first year that you won't see a player from Alabama drafted in the first round from defensive side of the ball. That has progressively gone downhill the past 3 years since he's been a defensive coordinator. All of my friends that are NFL coaches and scouts say the same thing that I say. When you turn on the film, they're confused, they're out of place, they're not coached well. Shaud, who is playing this game for other people's entertainment or so they can post we got the W? Nobody. We played this game to change our circumstances. So if you're not going to do your job, then, yeah, you should be fired. Now, you're a bad fan, blah, blah, blah. If the man you pay to cut your grass is missing damn spots in your lawn, you're going to fire him. What's the damn difference? You're paid to do a job. If you can't do it, get somebody in who can.
Hey, bro, what you going to be Hey, Marvin for D coordinator.
Him and Freddie Roach together.
I don't want to be defensive coordinator. They work too much, man. I ain't got time for that.
You ain't lying,
You can ride Freddie Roach's golf cart.
Hey, listen, man. I travel the world too much. I have to go out the country 3, 4, 5 times a year, and I got stuff to do.
And at least 3 times to Cabo. 3 times.
3, yeah.
Well, next I'm going to Cartagena. You want to go?
You don't want me with you.
We right, because you won't come back. You've been down there. That boy spent all his little money in Cartagena. You can't come back broken, tired. Like, that boy going to be in a brothel for 48 hours straight and going to come out, man. I don't want to
be a brothel.
Man.
That boy gonna come out that brothel 10 pounds lighter, boy. That boy prostate just shot to hell.
Dehydrated, super dehydrated, very dehydrated. He gonna be very dehydrated.
Oh man, bro.
Get some fluids.
He ain't gonna never be the same.
He'll never be the same.
Next thing you know, he gonna be reporting from soccer matches in Colombia. He ain't coming back to Alabama. Hey, we gonna be like old boy from Harlem Nights. Hey, baby, I ain't never tell the kids I love you.
I ain't never coming back home. Have a nice life.
Right. Giving them all that little money, boy. I don't even want to do that to you, man.
I don't want to do that to you.
I think we done lost Justin.
Oh man, let me divert this just a little bit. Shaud, you had statistically one of the best seasons in 2003, rushing in for almost 1,400 yards, pretty high on the rushing record list. What was your big takeaway from that season?
Man, that was Coach Shula's first year. So there was a big coaching change. Man, I remember we went into the first game. It was like, because if you remember, Coach Price got fired after the spring, after we'd already went through spring ball. And so we had to learn a new offense when we only had camp to learn the offense. I think we went into the first game with like, a couple of run plays and a couple of pass plays, just because you just didn't have a lot of time. We had to learn a completely new offense and a new defense. I remember that season was tough because I think we only won like 4 games. I mean, we was just getting beat every weekend, and it was tough. It was tough. It made me question, football. Like, dang, man, like, is this really how this is gonna go down? And I just remember it was being very tough. But I learned a lot about myself just throughout my whole career at Bama. Just learned I can handle things a little bit more than I thought I could, and just really taught me to like really appreciate the game of football and appreciate the guys that you get to play with, because it goes like that. So
well,
that was my takeaway.
Speaking of appreciation, how appreciative were y'all when Coach Price took y'all to Panama City with him, and y'all were using that credit card to said activities?
I didn't go.
Marvin, tell the truth. Marvin, tell the truth. He was with you. He was with you at the Citizens Club. Don't even lie.
Nah, I thought they all went to Panama City. I thought it was a team event.
Man, it wasn't a team event. We was back in T-Town working out when all that went down. So I think that might have been a coaches only event. No players allowed.
Well,
yeah, we weren't allowed on that trip. So I'm glad we couldn't go on that trip, because some of the cats we played with on that team, boy, that would have been bad. That would have been bad all the way around.
Yeah, boy, they took us to Miami, boy, for the Orange Bowl. That was not a good idea.
No.
Not. And especially them cats that's from Florida. Ooh, I know that wasn't no good. Wasn't no good. Oh, yeah. Had a good time, did you now, huh, Mr. Moody?
Yeah, we had a great time in Miami, boy. What?
Yeah, great time.
And we broke every rule that was possible to break. You know what our motto was back then? You can't suspend the whole team. You need some of us.
Oh, so if the whole team's doing it, you can't suspend us all.
Right? Nope. You can't suspend us all. So, hey, what you gonna do? Hey, listen, we got this. Just let us have fun. We ain't gonna go to jail, hopefully, but we gonna be all right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, as we're coming towards the close of the show, Shaud, what was your favorite moment or your best moment at Alabama?
Other than stealing the ice cream from Brian Hall, that was free.
That was free.
And Burke Hall. And Burke Hall.
I would have to say the 2 most memorable moments was beating Tennessee at Tennessee and then beating LSU in Baton Rouge. Those are the 2 most memorable moments at Alabama for me. Those were unbelievable moments. Getting to smoke cigars in the locker room after that Tennessee game.
Ended a 7-year drought.
Yep, that's right. Ended a 7-year drought. So, yeah, those 2 are pretty high on the list of my memories of Bama.
Well, Marvin, I'm going to turn it over to you, man. How is 40 Plus doing? How can folks get a hold of your book? What's going on?
You can visit my Instagram, Constant45. The link to purchase is on my Instagram page. Everything is going wonderfully. I got a big update coming real soon, because we about 2 months, 2 or 3 weeks out. We hadn't got the 3-month recovery period yet, but we got some big things coming. We got a big update coming.
Yeah,
we're looking for it, man. We're looking for it.
I dig that. So,
if anyone is in the Atlanta area, look out for our boy Cyrus Jones. He will hook you up with a nice house, Atlanta luxury real estate. Numbers on the screen right there.
He will also intercept that house if you don't buy it.
Exactly. If you default, he's gonna come collect, like he collected them passes and took them to the house. But also too, if y'all need some fencing done, whether it's residential or commercial, DJ Petway, Precision Fencing. His number is right here. Shaud, man, thank you for hanging out with us this long and putting up with our nonsense. It was a true honor, man. Like I said, I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while, and glad we finally came across you on Twitter.
Hey, yeah, and I got to give a shout out to the OG. It's like I told you, Marvin. Like when I got to Bama, he had already, he was just leaving. But anytime he came back, he always showed me love. So I was telling Justin, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you always showing me love every time you came back to T-Town. You know what I'm saying? So, the OG, my
anytime, brother.
Five,
anytime, man.
Hey,
man, I'm coming out to Seattle soon. I got a cousin living in Seattle. How far is Oregon from Seattle?
Probably like 3.5, 4 hour drive.
That ain't bad. I can make that happen. I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna get your number from you, man. I kid you not, 'cause I told my cousin I was coming out there to Seattle. And when I go out there, I'm gonna probably be out there for about a week. So I'm definitely gonna pull up on you, man.
Pull up.
Hey,
and I'm not bringing Stephen M. Smith because he gonna steal everything y'all got.
You know what? You know what? Sean, I'm gonna hop the plane, right? I'm gonna hop this plane and I'm going to Oregon. So you gonna see me. We're going to that Nike store.
If y'all came at the same time, like that would, like I don't know what I would do if y'all was here at the same time. Like that would.
We're going to do a documentary.
We would have to document that. Like we would have to.
Well, I'm definitely gonna pull up on you, man. So I definitely need your number, man.
Yeah, pull up, man. Hey, you act this way, bro. You always welcome. I'll show you the whole
Hashtag Nike Factory.
Nobody's talking to you, man. Blank man, chill out.
Speaking of getting contact, Shaud, for all the.
Did you call that black man? Y'all, nobody caught that. He called him black man. Y'all didn't
I called that. I called it.
Black man.
Take Columbia tonight.
We break so many FCC rules on here.
Bro, I'm done with you, bro. You have to change.
All right,
every week, Shaud, every week.
Oh,
by the way, for the fans out there, how can they find you on social media, brother?
My Twitter is Coach _21, Coach Shaud 21. That's my. Let me make sure. I'm not.
Man, you don't know your own Twitter. My God.
Oh yeah, Coach Shaud 21. That's my Twitter. I don't know it off the top of my head. My bad.
Hey man, I done had 3 different Twitter accounts. I done forgot the password to all of them. I can't get back.
So I'm doing all right.
Yeah, you doing all right.
It's hard for him to keep up with his passwords for all his social media and his OnlyFans. I mean, what can you do?
Just because your password is hot girl 21 to everything, Justin, don't
Well, now I got to change it. Damn it.
Everybody know the password now, man.
Good job. About 20 people just logged on right now. But man, Shaud, man, truly an honor, sir. You're one of the all-time greats. And man, you were bringing Speak to Tuscaloosa before anyone else was. So truly an honor, sir, to have you on.
Yes,
I appreciate
thank you, brother. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all. It's like I told you, man. I'm extremely humbled that y'all would want to have me on the show, man. So I appreciate y'all taking time out of y'all's day, man, to jump on here and chop it up with me. That means a lot to me.
No doubt, man. You're always welcome back. And we're going to have a reunion show pretty soon with you guys in the backfield, so be ready.
Oh, man, I'm all for it. I'll be ready for that. And Moot, man, hey, for real, we'll get in touch, get my number or whatever. I get your number.
Does
pull up on me,
Justin
man.
have your number?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's got, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Justin, because I'm definitely, man, I'm probably going to come in June. But I ain't going to lie, my June jam-packed. I got to figure it out because I'm going to 3 different countries in June, and I got to go to Galveston in June. But I'm going to make it work somehow, some way.
Yeah, all right. Hey, you always good. Hey, you always good to pull up on me, OG. So just let me know.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Ty Bates earlier today. I told him I'm gonna pull up on him in Oklahoma. I went to Clemson to go visit. I literally go visit my friends who work at all these different schools all the time. There
you go, bro. Hey, I'm sure brother Bates, man. That's a good dude right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I was talking to him earlier today, man. You know, he's the associate head coach now. I said, okay, we moving up in the world. They actually did a great article on him. So if
Yep,
you didn't
no
see the
doubt.
article on him, I would say definitely go ahead and read that today. It came out
Okay.
yesterday actually, where he was talking about his transition to Oklahoma from Clemson. It's a great read, and he talks about when he was actually at Alabama and played in Norman, and they actually lost that game. But yeah, it's a great read, man. So if you got time, definitely Google Todd Bates and the article that just came out on him yesterday. It's a great read.
No doubt. Great teammate, too. Great teammate.
Yes, sir,
Brother Bates,
without a
great
doubt.
teammate.
Yeah,
Well, great show tonight, guys. I loved hanging out with you. Roll Tide.
roll
No doubt.
Tide.